Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about anxiety and self-esteem and how the two can be linked. So self-esteem can affect all areas of life, really. Sometimes we can be more confident in one area than another, but it can affect our work, it can affect relationships. We might be interested in taking up a hobby or a sport, but if our self-esteem is low, we don't really feel good enough, then it can keep us from trying out new opportunities. So self-esteem can make us feel that we're not good enough, is, for instance, at work, where no matter what we do, it doesn't seem enough. Um, we're always comparing ourselves to others, and there might be a fear then that we're not going to be liked. In relationships, we can feel not good enough and that the other person might leave, or it leads to all kinds of patterns potentially in relationships where we will try things like people pleasing. We won't expect a lot for ourselves. We will do a lot for other people, but when it comes to receiving help ourselves, we might struggle. And sometimes that comes down to a belief that we maybe don't deserve what other people deserve. And we might not be fully conscious of these patterns of behaviours, but they are sometimes linked with that sense of low self-esteem. And it can affect our expectations in how other people treat us. It can affect how we take care of ourselves or not. Often we'll be busy taking care of everybody else, but not take time for ourselves. So perfectionism can sometimes be a pattern that can show up. We'll try to be perfect in, again, many different areas, because we're trying to reduce the chance of people criticising us. So if we can be perfect, then nobody will be able to find any room to criticise us. This is all quite exhausting. We can spend a lot of time worrying about these things, and that's where it can be quite closely linked with anxiety. Because anxiety is often a sense of that we're under threat in some way. A basic human need is for us to be liked and valued, loved, validated, heard and understood. And so if we don't feel good enough, then it doesn't matter how good we are at something, we probably won't be aware of it. We won't be able to see that. And there can be many different reasons for gaining these beliefs, usually from past experiences. But therapy can help be a gateway, really, into a freedom of these thoughts. We can question where these thoughts are coming from, why you feel the way that you do. And we can look at the patterns that are showing up in your relationships, in your, are you somebody that has been meaning to take something up or try a new opportunity, but you've been paralysed really in the fear of failing, that it's safer sometimes not to try anything. So the anxious thoughts are exhausting. We can spend a lot of time. It can keep us awake at night. It will wake us up early in the morning. We might be playing over a conversation that we've had with somebody, kind of doubting, what did they think of me, sort of questioning, how the conversation went. Do they like me? Or, oh, I wish that I hadn't said that, or I should have said the other. So there's a constant questioning of yourself, and constant judgment of yourself, really. So, like I say, therapy can be a gateway into freeing yourself of these limiting beliefs, starting to question these beliefs, and start to think about what you really want and how you value yourself, because it really does inhibit us, and we miss out on opportunities that otherwise might be bringing us quite a lot of satisfaction and help us then to value ourselves more. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, just a small conversation on self-esteem and anxiety. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.